Welcome back to Deus Ex and to Chateau DuClare. Wait, it's not Beth. Let's see. What was that daughter's name? Nicolette. Yeah, she's Nicolette. With Nicolette DuClare.
I had not wanted to see this place again.
Why not?
I was afraid it would be like this. The same. Not a stone out of place.
You would rather that Majestic 12 had burned it down?
I would rather... No, let's go. Only in novels do places crumble to dust for no reason when their spirit is lost.
Your mother?
Lead the way. I no longer have a key. We must find my mother's secret computer room, where she did all her work, a place she kept hidden, even from me.
I mean, I have to admit, I really like this level. I like the atmosphere. I like the way that it's really like a very kind of drastic change in pace. Because like the last couple of quote unquote levels or areas have been full of like action, gunplay, violence, and this is just basically just an old derelict, a mansion basically, or castle, or that mansion I suppose, that you get to explore. Like, yeah, I mean, of course, I can already say that like there would not be a single enemy inside this building. There's not going to be any fighting there at all. It's just purely exploration and, of course, like the atmosphere.
A good place to start would be my mom's bedroom, upstairs.
The also thing about this game is that, like a lot of characters actually have a lot of dialogue, like a lot of lines that they can say, but in order to get them, you really have to talk to him like multiple times. Like you really have to, let's say, well, literally press the interact key.
My mother and I were no longer speaking at the time of her death.
And this way, you can kind of like piece by piece usually get like a little bit of like background, more and more like background story for the character.
I left home because she and her Illuminati cronies were always pushing me into things. I was a rotten student, but that didn't stop them from getting me enrolled at La Sorbonne. I was a stand-in for the world they never got to take over. Some conspiracy, huh? They couldn't even control little Nicolette.
Little Nicolette.
This place sure is quiet.
Sure is. But you're not.
Right to the very end, my mother believed they were going to stitch the group back together and rule the world. Pitiful if you think about it. Like a senile old lady filling her house with the unopened boxes from mail-order sweepstakes.
Yeah, mail-order sweepstakes. That kind of reminds me of the story of, I'm sure it's pretty known story about this Japanese guy who entered into this kind of like, I guess some kind of like a precursor to like a reality TV slash like, I guess like a streaming, and even like a streaming thing, where basically like he was kind of locked into a like an apartment with no clothes and barely like with barely anything basically, and with just bare necessities in terms of like the furniture, and basically like kind of the challenge for him was to basically like do these like mail order sweepstakes, like enter into these kind of competitions and win. Like the ultimate goal would be to win certain amount of money, worth of prizes from these like sweepstakes and stuff like that. But that was actually well, just reminded me. That was, of course, it was like just an absolute like horrible like abuse. That TV show, like for the guy, I mean, the producers like they were just too freaking cruel to this guy, and especially when he actually like reached the goal, like he actually reached the goal that they initially set up, and then only to find out that the producers like they moved the goalpost basically like further away so that he yeah, anyway, yeah. All right, yeah, but yeah, enough of that.
But my mother was remarkable in her own way. I overheard her tell Everett one night that she had calculated Majestic 12's private key.
Oh,
Right here, where I grew up, she was tracking a global conspiracy and trying to do something about it.
well, I suppose that's kind of admirable.
She had a secret computer room, some kind of monitoring station. I heard her talk about it, but I never found the entrance.
Well, I guess it's time for us to try to locate them.
Even when we were on bad terms, I continued to deliver money to Silhouette because I knew how important they were to my mother's plans.
Yeah.
I also wanted to help Chad. A group like Silhouette has a lot to gain from an alliance with the Illuminati in the short term.
But what about long term?
In the long term, well, if my mother had been successful, we would be trying to stop the Illuminati right now instead of Majestic 12.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Where now? Dull place to grow up, huh?
Good lord, she's got a lot of dialogue.
I'm so glad I moved to the city. You lead. This place sure is quiet.
I think it's starting to kind of loop around.
Where now?
Yeah, it's just starting to be the same old. Oh yeah, sorry for like just standing there for several minutes with, like
Crazy. I lost my virginity out here. I believe Mom was out conspiring to get me into La Sorbonne at the time.
some might say that that's a little too much detail, but okay, like, yeah, if you want to get it off your chest, then like literally from your chest.
I'm so glad I moved to the city.
Yeah, you said that already. Let's board it up. Yeah. Yeah. Some kind of maze.
Mom hated this maze.
Yeah. Actually, like, I want to spend a little bit of time here just to see if she has maybe some dialogue about this place, Then again, she already had that. Mom hated this place, so.
Several different families are buried here, going back to the original builder, a French merchant of the 19th century.
One thing I really love about this game is that this game, it really rewards like exploration. And I don't just mean that when you explore, maybe you get some arbitrary experience points, which you sometimes do. I mean, you sometimes certainly do. And I don't mean that, and I don't just mean that maybe sometimes you can find like cool items and weapons and maybe like augmentation upgrade canisters and like stuff like that. Even though, of course, you sometimes do. But what I mean is that you can also get like additional like dialogue and story, like background knowledge, lore.
This place sure is quiet.
Yeah, 15 picks. And I do know that I can get a fair amount of lockpicks in this place. We could go to the back door and just like basically like break the back door, or even like blow open the front door. Or use let's use lockpicks. I mean this in this run I'm specifically like specializing like lockpicking and the electronic skills. So let's then let's utilize these tools.
I'm pulling up the floor plan. An old summer home built during the Third Republic. It's been vacant since Miss DuClare's assassination. Hopefully these elegant rooms contain some clues about the DuClare family's involvement with the Illuminati.
Right. Oh, speaking of skills, uh, do I, yeah, maybe I'll improve my medicine skill. Sure. Sure, yeah. I'm pretty severely wounded. And well, I would say that I would say that I'm maybe low on like medkits, but I'm certainly not full of them either.
Mom and Everett used to sit out here sipping martinis and plotting to take over the world. That's how we all got in this mess.
Yeah. Just see what I told about like the rewards of exploration. Just go into different places in the house, and she always seems to have like something to say about that.
My mom had that couch flown in from Portugal, exactly the same as what she could have bought at La Samaritaine, except that it was once graced by the bottoms of a royal family.
Yeah. A royal butt.
I don't know if this will help, but I used to use that computer whenever I was at home. The last time was just before my mother was killed. The login is Nicolette. The password is Chad.
Nicolette and Chad. Oh, okay. Nicolette. Chad. Oh. Mistyped. Okay, from Chad. Silhouette business. Excuse me. Nicolette, your aid in securing support for Silhouette has been invaluable. You've done much to help sustain the cause of freedom in the face of ever more open repression by our own government. However, I'm afraid that I must ask for your help yet again. The police have begun to raid the catacombs, and if we are to put up an effective resistance, then we must locate additional resources by whatever means necessary. I know your mother and her friends wish to remain anonymous, but any funds or material that they can contribute will be of enormous help. And even if they cannot, their continued goodwill is still of great importance to us all. Thank you, and hope to see you again soon. Chad. And from Beth DuClare, her mother. Oh, okay, this is a reply. So, Nicolette writes, they need help or they'll be slaughtered by the pox who strut about the streets like they own them. You helped us once before, and it has meant so much to the cause. Please, mother, I'm asking you to help us again. You know so many who can. And Beth replies, I will do what I can, dear, but the situation is far more complicated than I think you may be aware of. My connections within Hague and the United Nations indicate that the problem is not limited to France, and Many parties are using the Grey Death epidemic as an excuse to exercise their control over other national governments. I have to consult with Morgan. We must be careful where we choose to allocate our resources. It is a very dangerous time for everyone, Nicolette, and your flirtation with this organization could have serious consequences. I am asking you again to be careful. I could not stand if something happened to you. In the meantime, I will do what I can. Beth. Right. Some emails. Cigarettes.
You will find no one tell you here. Yes, DuClare has been considered linguistically in storage.
Creep. Beth's bedroom key. Okay, that took a while. Get the bolted tool. Well, we got that room for Beth's. We got the key to Beth's room.
A secret room in the upper part of the house would have been very difficult to conceal. Look for clues in Beth's room. I bet she had a quick way to get to the cellar.
What are you looking for?
My toothbrush. Oh. Right. And Nicolette's bedroom key. Okay.
My mom's room. And look, her favorite painting. I can't believe the assassins didn't take it. Oh, the hours she would spend just sitting at that table and staring up at her priceless treasure.
Right. Book. Jacob's Shadow by Andrew Hammond. Chapter 27. It was late when he got back. Everything black and quiet. Jacob killed the lights, but didn't take the key out of the ignition. He reached into his pocket and took out a little box with an LCD display. Thumped a button, and the radio transceiver captured the last few hours' worth of motion sensor logs from the building. He dumped some favors for friends in the shop, or whatever it was they were calling it this week, and they'd install it to the spec for him. As he walked to the door, he was still arranging all the pieces in his head, sure where to get his ass taken down, but he couldn't help it. Something was missing, didn't fit. Allie hunched over the bathroom. That needle dangled from between her toes. Katsuya shifting a $500,000 yen before the currency market closed. The radio station Samuel had turned him on to. The one with the little girl repeating all those numbers in sequence. And somewhere in the middle, Jake stopped, looked up at the night sky. He'd been assuming that there were two sides to this game, and both were playing to win. But what if there was someone else, and they wanted to see both sides lose? Dun dun dun. Well, table lamp. Oh, here's again something that I bet at least not every player knows this. Behind this bed, if you kind of go to a suitable angle, there's actually a data cube sitting here. Dear Nicolette, if you examine my suspension vault, you'll find an item that I had to pay quite dearly to acquire. The vault code is 1784. I don't know of what use it may be, but many people are quite prepared to kill for it. I originally obtained it from Morgan, and if you find yourself in trouble, he may still be willing to bargain for it. He is a calculating man. Not without compassion, but still dangerous. Be careful, my daughter, Beth. Yeah, so we got full code. Yeah, we're full of regular dots, so. No. I mean, if this isn't like one of the biggest cliches and tropes in movies, like a secret compartment or like a secret safe, behind the painting. Oh yeah, reload. Oh. Well, I've been putting reloads to this one. I'm pretty sure the entire game probably only has 10 reload. Even though this would also be a good weapon for reload mods. But then again, it also has a large clip size, so whereas this one has a smaller one, so this one has to be reloaded more frequently. And data cube. Dear Nicolette, at some point it may become necessary for you to access my private records, and perhaps to do what you think best, given the circumstances of my absence. You must understand how much I care for you, and if I've not always done what might be considered right, I have always done what I thought best for you and the others I've cared about. It is a cold heart that does not have some regrets. Login DuClare. Password Nico_Angel. This is all I can leave to you. Everything else I have already given. I love you, my daughter, and I trust you will make me proud. I am only sorry that I am not here to see it. Beth. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's close and lock.
I think my mother kept a room key behind a little vase up here.
Yeah, there's another key to Beth's room, but since we already have the key, we already been to Beth's room. This is actually... Well, I'll let Nicolette explain what this is.
My little prison for 18 years.
Yes, so this is the prison room of this little, chateau.
I wanted to be in the city, but I guess Mom thought it was easier to keep her activities secret in the country.
Right. And in her, basically, in the dressing table, whatever this is called, she's got throwing knives. Yeah. Because that's the kind of girl little Nicolette was. She played with knives. Let's take this skull. What? Oh, I can't take it. Clip. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna be collecting Zyme anymore because that little deal with what's his name? Renault. That's basically a one-time thing only, and there's not gonna be another opportunity to sell Zyme in this game, so The best you can do is you can collect as much time as you can before meeting Renault, selling the whole batch, and then, well, after that, you shouldn't really care about Simon at all. Mm-hmm. Hello, you have anything to say about kitchen?
The maid did all of the cooking, but Mom always picked out the wine. She was the only one with a key to the cellar.
Yeah, this would be a useful hint if, well, maybe we were genuinely trying to still look for, whatever.
Funny, you know, when I was a little girl, I used to play in the dumbwaiter that goes up to Mom's room. Amazing, I didn't break my neck.
Yep, so it's a alternative path to bathroom is this dumbwaiter. Yeah, but if we're still looking for, well, whatever it is that we need to find, those little hints of her in the kitchen, those obviously help to point to the right direction that, okay, you need to go to Beth's bedroom. We got,
In France, the gentry keep their wine in a small cellar to preserve the flavor from heat and sunlight.
yeah, lockpick.
Old bunker, built during World War II by the previous owner to hide Jewish families. The DuClares acquired the property after the Nazis sent him to a camp in Germany. Strange. I'm picking up heavy-duty fiber optic activity down here.
What's this? A dungeon?
Well, of course, there's a room where you actually have to access behind that glass over there. That, of course, it's been blocked by this. Well, basically, in the...
My mother would not have worked in this filth. There must be another room.
Okay, let's put like this so I can talk. So, in the legendary, famous Alginum run of Deus Ex, where basically, well, username Alginon did a playthrough of Deus Ex where he, well, which has been dubbed, like the ultimate run. So basically, without like a run where he doesn't use any items, no weapons, nothing, absolutely nothing, or no items that basically like go into your inventory. I mean, certain objects, of course, like boxes and stuff like that in the environment, of course, it was utilizing stuff like that, but no like equipment at all. Wasn't using any money. He didn't improve any of his skills. Like he didn't put like a single point to any of his skills, etc. And he probably also played it on. I'm not sure about the difficulty, but it probably was something like the hardest difficulty too. And he basically beat the whole game. So he had to find like really kind of creative strategies, like how to proceed in certain situations. And one of the kind of challenges, I might need to pause the game again. Well, okay, well, one of the challenges is obviously, basically, he would have to have a way to break this glass, but obviously if he can't use any items, he can't use any weapons, so he can't just shoot it or hit it with, like a melee weapon or... So, and obviously, and also, yeah, like, wasn't allowed to like get to take any augmentations or to even use any augmentations, including the light augmentation. And so basically what he did, he pushes this barrel, because yeah, of course, like you can't lift it without the strength augmentation, but it is light enough that you can move it by pushing it. So he pushed that barrel all the way to like this corner over here. Then, well, I do need to actually go here, so this is a perfect situation to demonstrate. So then he grabs like one of those like small steel boxes. Yeah, like for instance, here are some these small metal crates. He takes one of those. He comes here with that little metal crate. He comes here, just like somewhere like in here on this little ledge, and then he tosses that steel crate like on top of that explosive barrel. And because because of this, because of the height of the fall of the box, it actually is set to do some amount of damage. And because it does damage to the explosive barrel, it detonates the barrel. And the explosion basically breaks this glass over here. You know what? Let's do something similar. Yeah, why not? We have the strength augmentation. I can just carry it. Oh. Maybe, yeah, it's better to push it from here because, yeah, like somewhere in here, like close to here. Take a steel crate. I want to try to replicate that. I do recall that I have done something similar to that before, yeah. I'm just using the light now to make this a little bit easier for me. Okay, I'm gonna save, so because like if I fail, if I miss, then rather like I'm only gonna save scum to basically save some time. Because yeah. Okay, I think I was a little too far away, so maybe if I come a little bit closer. Okay. Yeah, I missed. Okay. Now I was already like overshooting. This is just not easy. Like, good lord. Well, it kind of hit it, but right. Okay, I did it. Now, was that worth it? Probably not. Leg, and then I think just like a general heal.
not on any telecom map I've ever seen. Petabytes of transmission. Beth DuClare's probably used it to analyze net traffic.
Yeah, there's one more lockpick in here.
Oh my god.
Accuracy, multi-tool, biocell. And a suspension crate. And we have the code, but you know, there's like an extra multi-tool there. So the code that we found in Beth's room, so 1784, that would work in here. But I'm only using multi-tool because reasons, yeah. Alright, yeah, let's start. This is, okay, yeah, we have that already.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so this is DuClare, Nico, Angel. DuClare, Nico, Angel. Doesn't work. DuClare, Nico, Devil? What do you know? Well, what do you know? It's DuClare, Nico, Angel, yeah. Let's read the email first. From Morgan Everett, final message. Cyberblock. This will be our last communication over the net. The so-called Aquinas protocols that my old protege and MJ12 have implemented are crude but effective. Much like my protege, all future meetings will need to occur face-to-face at a secure location. To expedite matters, I will deliver to you a tear sheet chip that will contain 20 codes and their corresponding keys. Each code and keeper can be used once, and then it will permanently be erased. Each code will be tagged to one of our previously agreed upon meeting locations and times. If one or the other of us should need to get in touch, send a message using one of the codes. The content of the message is irrelevant, only the code used to encrypt it. I shouldn't need to point out that any attempt to tamper with the chip, once it has been installed, will result in it being rendered useless. Best of luck to you and to us all. Morgan. Transmit Morgan Everett meeting signal.
So you found Beth's computer. We are destined to meet, perhaps. If you are truly our ally, you will help me access the MJ12 computer network and complete the Grey Death vaccine. Find Nicolette. You will need her key in order to exit through the crypt. I will be directing you to a nearby cathedral.
What is it?
A transmission from Morgan Everett. He wants me to go out the back way through the crypt to a nearby cathedral.
The Cathedral of the Knights Templar?
He didn't say. I'm supposed to access the Majestic 12 computer network.
Yes, Majestic 12 controls the place now. They kill the Knights for their gold reserves. Everett must want you to sneak to that part of town through the sewers that connect to our property.
I thought the Templars vanished centuries ago.
They invented the modern banking system and were its directors under one name or another until Majestic 12 took over.
He said you had a key.
Yes, here it is. The crypt is in the maze behind the chateau. Listen to Everett. He is right to want to avenge the Templars.
Well,
Oh Lord.
oh Lord.
Exit the DuClare estate and the crypt at the end of the maze. The system I need you to access is inside a cathedral that belonged to the Knights Templar until MJ-12 slaughtered the Knights for the gold reserves.
Well, it did seem that the sabotage, I think, worked better against the...
Look out, JC, I'm picking up heat signatures in the sewers. I think somebody's expecting you.
Hear that? What the hell? The sector's still alive.
Eesh.
Sonic's responding to ACM.
Oh. Man, I'm disorientated.
Can't see him. Checking Sonics. Still got movement. ACM. Terminating now.
Eesh.
Isn't that strange?
Eesh.
Can't see him. Checking Sonic. The sector's still alive. Still got movement. ACM. Terminating now.
Accuracies. We'd have to be running. Accuracy is just, shit. Oh. Christ. Crap on a head. Well, of course, the regeneration implant, that is a super useful. And not taking the regeneration or augmentation, that's a major disadvantage in this game, I would say. And especially with this difficulty level, it's a major disadvantage. But I suppose that is the life that I choose, so. Yeah, and it's gonna be a while before I find an actual med bot, so. Oh boy. I only have 9 medkits at the moment, so. Oof. I'm just gonna have to accept the fact that I'm not at 100% right now in terms of health. Which might lead to a whole lot of saves coming. Hmm. Yeah, this guy doesn't have anything. Right.
Try to ignore the smell. This sewer connects to a street near the cathedral.
Like right now, if I run into that guy who sells medkits for like 600 credits a piece, I would actually buy. I would buy medkits from that guy. Oh, okay. That wasn't the save game button. Alright, I would say this is enough for now. Thank you for watching, see you next time, and goodbye.